The General Case Information section is the place where you put important identifying data such as the type of case, the court in which the action is pending, the case number, and information about the parties and their attorneys. You open this section as you do every other section by simply clicking on the title. The inputs drop down and allow you to enter data. To close this section, simply click on the title again. Many of the inputs in this section feature drop-down menus to make your task easier. For example, if your case is pending in Alachua County, you may select it from the drop-down menu by clicking the down arrow next to the input. Now select the county by left-clicking, and the software will automatically fill out the caption, including the circuit court in which the action is pending, as well as the county name. Similarly, by choosing the appropriate type of case as either a dissolution, post-dissolution, or paternity case, the software will automatically enter the proper designations for your parties. Any input which is read requires appropriate data for the calculator to work properly or for the caption to be properly filled out. For example, we need to put a case number in. We'll just put in a generic one for now. If we go over to one of the captions, you'll see that the case number has been properly put in and formatted. Let's go ahead and input a couple different names. Once again, if we switch over to the caption, you can see that the caption has been appropriately adjusted with the names of the parties. Another thing to notice is that the party designation has not yet been set for the father. We can change this by utilizing the drop-down menu under the father's name, which will either allow us to select petitioner or respondent. If we select petitioner, automatically the mother's designation will change to respondent. If we change the father to respondent, the mother will be designated the petitioner. The designation of the mother is always derivative from the designation of the father. That way you only need to adjust one input and the software will take care of the rest. Another unique feature of Complete Child Support is the ability to either use party sub-designations in the caption or not. For example, if we look over at the caption right now, you can see that we simply have petitioner and respondent as a designation of the parties. However, we also know that the petitioner is the mother and the respondent is the father. If we select the drop-down menu and choose yes for using the party sub-designation of the caption will then adjust to be petitioner/mother. This is something which will automatically change depending on the type of case. If this is not a paternity case but rather a dissolution, that sub-designation changes to husband and wife and the caption will update automatically. The next input allows you to choose the date you want to calculate child support from. By default, the software will use the current date. The Preparing Party section is where you designate on whose behalf the documents are being drafted and filed. As before, this section contains drop-down menus to make your work faster. If you plan on serving any of the reports in the future or on a date other than when you print them out, you may enter that date in this input. You input the party and attorney designations under the Address and Attorney Information section. If the husband is represented by counsel, you can choose yes. If the wife is not represented by counsel but is pro se, you choose no. As you can see, if the party is represented, you have a couple additional blanks, including a Florida bar number and special persons number, which is applicable only to attorneys. Were you to change the husband to a pro se litigant, those blanks would be eliminated. Finally, you may adjust the header for the Child Support Guidelines worksheet using this input. By default, the report is labeled as Exhibit 1. However, if your office prefers a different label, you may type it in here and the report will automatically update.